Okay, here's the test corrections for the Unit 8 test. I'm going to go through this very quickly. Feel free to pause it, rewind the video as you go along. Alright, number one, the triangles are congruent. Write a statement, congruent statement. Excuse me. Alright, so we have these two triangles, ACT and SDJ. Okay, I know the letters are difficult to read. If you marked it a different letter, that's fine. Alright, so A, C, T. Okay, A looks like it's congruent to S, C looks like it's congruent to D, and T looks like it's congruent to J. Alright, so we're going to correspond those letters when we write our congruent statement. So triangle ACT is congruent to triangle SDJ. A is congruent to S, C is congruent to D, T is congruent to J. Number two, list the congruent sides and angles. Now number two, we're using SYL and PMZ. Remember, how we write the congruent statement is how it's going to line up. So if I'm talking about side SY, okay, I'm comparing it to PM, and those are my congruent sides. All right, one of my congruent sides. Remember, it's a triangle, so it's three sides. All right, so now YL, MZ. Okay, now the last one would be the outer edge of the letters P, SL, and PZ. And if you're not sure, go ahead and draw a picture. Okay? SYL, PMZ. SY, PM, YL, MZ, SL, PZ. Okay? Now angles are matched up. S to P, Y to M, L to Z. Alright? Angle S is congruent to angle P. Angle Y is congruent to angle M. Angle L is congruent to angle Z. Next, number three, find the missing variables for the given congruent triangles. Well, this side right here is congruent to this side right here, so A equals 5. B, this side is congruent to this side, so B equals 7. C, 8. Extend the page so we don't get this blotch here. X, this angle is congruent to this angle, corresponding to this angle, so 64 degrees. Y, right here, so right here. And Z. Okay. Next one. List the indicated side or angles. Okay, so we have RAC and triangle JMV. Draw a picture to help. RAC. There's my triangle, my little triangle. The letters are bigger than the triangle. And JMV. Doesn't matter. Okay? What is the angle? What is the angle included by RA and CR? The angle included by RA and CR. Well, that's angle R. R is in both of them. All right, that's a little hint for you. So it's angle R. What's the side included by angle J and V? So here's angle J, here's angle V. What side's included? JV. What angles including M and V? So here's MV. What angles is included? V and M. Angle M and angle V. Alright, and I give you a little hint. There's got to be two. Sides including angle C, so C is here. What sides are included in angle C? This one, that's AC and RC. Notice how they both have C. Which postulate can prove the triangles are congruent? If none, write N. Okay, so which postulate? Well, it looks like we have a side here, an angle here, and a side here. A side here, an angle here, and a side here. The angle in both is included with both sides. It's in between both sides. All right, it's included with both sides. So we have side, angle, side. Second one, angle, side, angle. The side is included with the two angles. Angle, side, angle. So we have angle, side, angle. This one, number 7, we have an angle. Okay, and we have this reflexive side here, but we don't have anything else. So that'd be none. All right, number 8, we have a side and a side, side and a side, and this reflexive side. So we have side, side, side. All right, number 9, we have an angle, a side, and another side. An angle, a side, and another side. Okay, now this one there's no information on this one. This one is N because there is no angle, side, side, or side, side, angle. All right, we still don't know about this theorem. The angle has to be included for side, angle, side. Okay. Number 10. Okay, we have an angle, we have a side, and we have this vertical angle, 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 side, angle, angle, side. That's one of our theorems. All right, number 11. Write a statement or statements that are needed to prove the triangles are congruent by each postulate. All right, so it might be wise to draw the triangles. So we got ABC and XYZ. All right, and we know that AB is congruent to XY, and we know that angle A is congruent to angle X. Okay, we need to find out what else we need to prove for each postulate. So if we want to prove side, 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 we have one side, we have to figure out the other two sides. So we got to figure out whether BC is congruent to YZ. And we also need to figure out if AC is congruent to XZ. Alright, side, angle, side. Well, we have a side and we have an angle. We just need an extra side. And remember, that angle has to be included with the two sides. So that should be AC and XZ. We need that extra side. Angle, side, angle. Well, we have an angle and we have a side. We need one more angle. Okay, and remember that side needs to be included, so it has to be this angle here. Okay, it has to be angle B. So we're going to say that angle B is congruent to angle Y. We would need to know that. And last one, angle, angle, side. Well, again, we know these angles. We know this side. That would be the reverse. We'd have to know that Z is congruent to C. So we have angle, angle, side. On to the proofs. All right, write a two-column proof. AB is congruent to DE, and angle A is congruent to angle E. We have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So if you write your reasons first, we got two things of information. Okay? So we know that AB is congruent to DE, and we know that angle A is congruent to angle E. Okay, what else do we know here by looking at the picture? Well, we have vertical angles. Okay, if we have vertical angles here, that might help us with angle, side. Yeah. Alright, so we could say that angle DCE is congruent to angle BCA because they're vertical angles. Alright, so now we have angle, side. We know that the two triangles are congruent. Next one, just fill in the blanks. Got to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, TQS and RSQ. First one's given to you. T and second one, angle T and R are right angles. That's also given to you. Step 3, well, we know that T and R are right angles, and we know that angle TQS is congruent to RSQ. Alright, so we have two angles. Okay, what else do we know here? Let's look at the picture. Well, I have a line that's shared by both of them. That's reflexive. So QS is congruent to QS. That's the reflexive property of congruence. So we have angle, side, angle, side. Therefore, we know TQS is congruent to RSQ, angle, side. Next one has the midpoint, okay, but we still need to find if the two triangles are congruent. Okay, let's start with the given. Angle XMA is congruent to angle YMA, and we know that M is the midpoint of XY. Okay, M is the midpoint of XY. Alright, and angle XMA is congruent to YMA. Oh, we don't know if they're right, but we know that they're congruent. Okay, because M is the midpoint of XY, we know that XM is congruent to YM. It's the midpoint. It's in the middle. So these two sides are congruent. That is called the definition of midpoint. Okay, we also know that AM is congruent to itself. That's reflexive. Alright, so we have side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. Just make sure you put this